So we're 2 weeks out from the LA Marathon.
And throughout our journey, we've really picked up some essential tools that can help with your performance, make running a little bit more easier and more fun at the same time. My name's Al, and I've been running for the last 2 years, but really only the last year have I been consistent and taking it more serious. My girlfriend's gonna be joining us.
Hi guys, I'm Sabrina. I've been running on and off since high school, but within the past year more consistently because we signed up for our first marathon.
And on this channel, we do tech videos, but specifically for us fitness enthusiasts. So if that's something that you're into, lifting, running, then I invite you to hit that subscribe button. So nowadays, you know that saying, there's an app for everything. There's definitely a lot of apps when it comes to running. And you're gonna wanna probably use one because you wanna measure your progress overall.
So we started off using the Nike Run Club app, but once we joined a run club in our area, we noticed that they were using Strava a lot. So we decided to try Strava.
If you're using Strava, you have more than just running. If you lift, swim, bike, or any other activities, you can also log it on Strava.
It's really community driven, so just having that acknowledgement of like showing off your runs, you can see other people's runs, it really motivates you to keep going and upload your next run. It's great, it's just great. You just need a community somewhere. Whether that be virtual, whether that be your run club.
And out of all the apps, Strava really updates theirs. I mean, just right now, they have that ability where you can upload photos and videos. It totally gives you like a Facebook feel. And every time you log your activities, because it's not just running, the data is yours. So if whatever reason you decide that maybe in a year or 5 years, if you want to go anywhere, so you're just not like locked in, and you could use it for iPhone, Android, Apple Watch, or other devices that we'll talk about later in this video. So I have a dedicated video down below, so you could click on that. You're gonna have to do your own homework, but we wanna help you out as much as we can.
So another tool that you'll need for your marathon training is a good watch. Not just any watch, a sports watch.
When it comes to these, you don't need to get the most expensive one. I know that sounds a little silly since this is an Apple Watch Ultra and a Garmin Epix 2. But there's just a lot of benefits of having a type of sport watch. You're gonna get a lot more data, and the data is also gonna be more accurate. There's also the convenience factor.
I personally hate carrying my phone, so just being able to leave my phone behind and not have to worry about it also draining my battery.
You're good. So some models that I'd probably recommend is you could get a Coros Pace 2, you could get like a Garmin Forerunner 265, and if you're thinking about an Apple Watch, even an Apple Watch SE will last you throughout an entire marathon. Another item that you could look into getting for your marathon training is going to be a heart rate monitor. This right here. So yes, whatever watch you end up getting, it does read your heart rate, but these are just going to be way more accurate than anything on your wrist. This is the Polar H10 and I've had it for 2 years. Personally, it's worked well for me. I use it for even cycling or while I'm lifting. And if you're curious to see how much more accurate it is than any type of watch, then I have a video for that as well. This is the Polar H10. I think it's $80. I'll put a link in the description if it helps you guys out. But regardless, I'd recommend it.
So earbuds. You don't have to listen to music, but I personally like to listen to music for these long, dreadful runs. His legs are heavy. I was pushing it for that last mile.
You've probably tried AirPods before, and if you feel like those aren't comfortable, then you want to look into getting something with a wingtip that just stays in your ear. So I recommend like the Beats Fit Pro, or if you want something with more transparency, check out the Sony Link Buds. They literally have a whole dead center in them so you can listen to whatever's around you. And if you want something even more transparency than that, then bone conducting headphones might be for you. But at the end of the day, I think I go between the Sony Link Buds and AirPods Pro. And you have the AirPods as well.
I personally have the first generation AirPods though. Personally, like they're mediocre. I would look into upgrading to like probably one of the earbuds he recommended, but right now for the marathon training, it's okay. There's no transparency on mine, so it does get kind of annoying because it does block out all the outside noise. But it's getting me by for this training, so I think they're okay.
If you're listening to music or podcasts on your runs, then I definitely recommend that you should consider getting a music subscription provider. And the main two are gonna be either Apple Music or Spotify. I use Apple Music because of how many Apple devices I have.
I personally use Spotify because of the student discount, but there's also a student discount with Apple Music.
Keep in mind, we switched to Garmin about a year ago, and since that, Apple Music's not compatible with Garmin, so I have been just kind of dabbling with Spotify here and there.
A massage gun would aid your marathon training because you're gonna have sore muscles after all your long runs. So this would be very beneficial for you to use post-run.
If I could only pick one, I would go with the one that I can carry the most of the time. So for that reason, I use the Theragun Mini the most. Great if you're gonna be out traveling or for whatever reason. They start at, I think this was $200, but you can honestly get them for like $30 or $40 less. I'll attach the link below, but it's just another tool to have. So I often get asked what camera I would recommend. And I would just say, first of all, just start with what you have. So that would be your phone. Just look into the phones that have those new stability features, like the iPhone 14 has action mode. And to me, that's honestly been one of the game-changing features. If you're looking at maybe something else, then look at getting an action camera. So this is an action camera similar to a GoPro, which you might have heard of, but this one's made from DJI. So this is what I've used before to record my races, and it's probably gonna be the one that I use to record the LA Marathon. Reason why is because this is an iPhone, this is my action camera. The quality is pretty much identical, just the stability is the same, but look at that size difference. So it's super convenient. I can put it in and out of my pocket, document everything. You also have 360 cameras, but I had one and I returned it. It was just a little bit too heavy and it really required you to use the stick, and I'm not gonna run with something like that. So for that reason, I'll attach the link to this one, but this is the one that I use. Overall, I hope all these suggestions can help you out during your journey. We have our marathon in less than 2 weeks, so wish us luck, but until then, we'll see you guys in the next video.
See ya.